drives to contact, Chad. Excellent at getting to the line. They will need him to have a big game to be able to hang around with Oklahoma, who's had a great season so far.
Our officials are Doug Schaus, Bart Lennox, Sean Seals, who tossed up the midcourt jump circle ball. Sooners get the first touch of it. Round on their feet here at the Lloyd Noble Center. This is Jeremiah Fears, SEC Freshman of the Week this week. More on that shortly. Late shot clock situation. 5 to get one away for Jalen Moore. One-on-one down the baseline for 2.
Yeah, and that's the progression of Jalen Moore. Became a better three-point shooter a year ago. Now putting it on the deck and keeping those defenses honest.
Lineup for Prairie View A&M. Again, no Nick Anderson and his 19 points per game. Marcel Bryant's an Omaha transfer. And John Paul Ricks, son of a coach, has been a welcome addition, helping solidify the point guard spot. This is Jordan Tillman. The late shot clock situation now for the Panthers. Marcel Bryant into that mid-post for Elijah Terry, who shovels one up. No, the tip is good, though, by Marcel Bryant.
Well, they really like Bryant, Chad. Still raw on the offensive end, but continues to get better. Nice putback.
The Oklahoma 5 with Fears and Jalen Moore, who's 10th in the SEC in scoring. The veterans Sam Godwin and Kobe Elvis rounding out the lineup of 5 for Porter Moser and the Sooners today. 2-2, an Oklahoma turnover there. They have done a good job for the most part limiting turnovers this season. Stepping into a 3 is Petway, and that's down for a 5-2 Panthers lead.
Yeah, we just talked about it. He's been shooting it really well, catch and shoot right there. If you're Oklahoma, you have to be there right on the catch and try to run him off that three-point line.
For the year, Petway shooting nearly 40% from downtown. High post pass kick out for Miles, and he drains the first Sooner 3 to tie it at 5. How about this little three-quarter court trap Oklahoma's got, Brent?
Yeah, and you could put Jalen Moore in his length and athleticism at the front. Even if you don't turn the Panthers over, they now have 18 seconds to run their stuff here in the half-court offensively.
This is Tillman. And now finally Petway going to get it into the high post. Shot clock is down to 8. Marcel Bryant trying to go to work against Moore. Tough fall away. And the rebound to Jeremiah Fears. When he rebounds, he's a one-player fast break. As he gets himself to the rim all the way, that's going to be a goaltend as the ball hit the backboard before Marcel Bryant sent it away. There's the head coach of the Panthers, Byron Smith. 9th season overall as head coach, his 10th with the program. They won the SWAC regular season title a couple of times in the conference tournament back in 2019. He took him to the big dance.
Yeah, Byron Smith, a veteran coach, tremendous guy as well. Tough season a year ago. They've been consistently good at Prairie View with him there. Addressed a lot of things in the portal. Needed point guard play, some size and some toughness. And when they get Anderson and others healthy, they'll have a chance to be in the upper part of the SWAC conference.
2 to shoot here for Bryant. Found just enough space to get that shot down.
Well, you can see why they like him. He's got really good hands and a soft touch. Can play that 4-5 and give them a little versatility offensively.
And there's Fears with back-to-back buckets for the Sooners, just so smooth.
You really have to meet Fears above the three-point line. And not just to keep him from knocking those down, but you can't allow him a head of steam, because if he gets you deep, he plays with such great tempo, he can get to the rack.
J.P. Ricks with the pull-up and pop. And the Sooners can transition. Duke Miles. This is Kobe Elvis. Now they settle into the half court. Kobe Elvis been front and center. Excellent assist to turnover ratio. And an illegal screen is a foul against Sam Godwin. That is his first. There's Porter Moser. Really excited about getting into SEC play, but business to take care of today. And he said he gave his team a full 3 days off. They got to go home after their game last week against Central Arkansas. He said his experience is you reap the benefits when you give them time to go home with your family, and he said he has seen that since his team returned.
Yeah, said they had great practices. That first one was a little rough. He went and basically scrimmaged. He said to kind of get their wind back and maybe some rust off. But no, absolutely, you can press the reset button. Even if you've had a great year, you need time away from basketball, and because the real deal is around the corner after today.
That it is. Oklahoma will open SEC play on the road January 4th at Alabama. Early substitution here as Godwin is out. And Luke Northweather, the redshirt sophomore from Jefferson City, Missouri, is in. Able to stretch the floor with his ability to shoot the three.
Yeah, this is a deep Oklahoma team. Northweather has been solid in his role off the bench. Going to Dayton Forsyth and Mo McGee. They've got a lot of pieces and depth with this Oklahoma team.
Under 5 to shoot. Bryant trying to attack, and he'll pick up a blocking foul. Another Oklahoma foul, the third against the Sooners here in the first 5 minutes. Jeremiah Fears, the SEC Freshman of the Week. We'll recap that when we return.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hi, I want a new Toyota for a weekend getaway. Recharge from the holidays.
Perfect. We've got new vehicles arriving daily.
Excuse me. I have got a truckload of new Toyotas up front.
A truckload of new Toyotas?
Wait, come on, man. I want one.
Something I said?
Yes.
During Toyotathon, qualified lessees can lease a new 2025 Camry LE for $249 a month for 39 months. Offer ends January 6th.
Toyotathon ends January 6th.
Toyota, let's go places.
And Doug.
Whoa, we moved. We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then they wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
Conference honors is handed out this week. Freshman of the Week in the SEC for Jeremiah Fears. And on the national stage is when you kind of have that arrival moment, so to speak, to the national college basketball fans. This was certainly it for Jeremiah Fears, Brendan, against Michigan in the Jumpman Invitational.
Good if it goes, right?
That's right.
4-point play, and just his poise, and we've talked about it with him. There was a couple of minutes prior to that unbelievable game winner against Michigan. He had a couple, what would be called careless turnovers, but he puts those things behind him and still goes make plays.
And the resolve to stick what was the game-winning free throw on the 4-point play. You might miss that, then you're in overtime, and who knows what happens. But he closed it certainly, and you mentioned the great job that Kobe Elvis, Duke Miles, Glenn Taylor Jr., these veteran guards have done bringing him along. And this Oklahoma staff of Porter Moser as well. They didn't just throw him into the fire. They kind of eased him into things and allowed the transition to be more smooth.
Yeah, didn't start him the first, 3 or 4 games. I mean, he was getting starters minutes for obvious reasons. And I think Coach Moser's done a great job also, letting him play through some mistakes, which typically are turnovers with him. But you can live with a couple of turnovers because he's going to make multiple plays to cancel those out throughout the ball game.
That was a friendly bounce there for Marcel Bryant. Byron Smith was saying he's got the body of an NFL tight end, and you can see him operate in amongst other big bodies as he did there.
Yeah, and I think good to see if you're Prairie View A&M staff. Without Anderson today, I mean, Bryant trying to pick up the load offensively and help Petway out there.
5 to shoot now as Elvis tries to get free from Elijah Terry. Fears, foul line jumper, and foul. Just enough height. He is a true 6'3", 6'4", and that's an advantage in a situation like that.
Yeah, he's just smooth, and Ricks actually does a nice job right here. See, he meets him right at the 3-point line, but the problem is the size advantage and then the elevation on that mid-range jumper. It's amazing to me, his pace and tempo, Chad, and very rarely does he get too deep and get himself into trouble.
I looked a little bit like the guy that plays up the road at Paycom Center, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That mid-range drop using his height.
Yeah. He's going to be playing against him sometime real soon, maybe with him. You never know.
3-point play completed. Fears off to an excellent start. 7 points in the early going. Glenn Taylor Jr. is out at the front of that Sooner trap now, and Bryson Gadine is also in for Porter Moser Sooners. Braylon Bush has entered the lineup, as has Tanaj Petaway, who's entered the paint to score.
And that's why you like him right there. We talked about his ability to shoot the three. Very easily could have taken that and settled, but drives it instead.
There's Kobe Elvis up and over the top of the shot blocker, Bryant. What a luxury to have all of these guards that Porter Moser can throw out there. Veteran presences that have won, been to the NCAA tournament.
And you know, I don't give out this compliment lightly, as you will know, Chad. They can all shoot it, like legitimately make the three-point shot. A lot of guys these days can shoot them. Not enough of them will make them.
That's right. Nice fall away drained by Jordan Tillman. Tillman is a transfer from Southern Indiana a year ago, but he played at Florida A&M in the SWAC as well. And that's where Byron Smith and his staff first became aware of him. They got him on their side. Taylor Jr. off with that corner three. Braylon Bush wants to run it. Braylon Bush was at Northwestern State. 23 games there a season ago in the Southland Conference. This is Petway off the mark. Close in the early going. 1 point Oklahoma lead. Hop out on Northweather knowing his ability to shoot it. That's going to be a holding foul inside. Just a little too physical was Glenn Taylor Jr. for the smaller John Paul Ricks, who draws the foul.
Yeah, Chad, and one of the things not having Anderson today is you're going to be a little bit smaller out on the perimeter if you're Byron Smith. Anderson, 6'5", long, he's strong, really plays bigger than he is at both ends of the floor. So it's not just the 19 points a game that you're missing if you're the Panthers. You're missing that defensive perimeter presence from him as well.
Sawyer trying to stay in front of Fears, but he can't do it. Bumped him, fouled him, and Zakir Sawyer picks up his first personal.
Boy, just constant probing from Fears. You know, the hesitation, the freezing of these one-on-one defenders. And I've seen this year, Chad, so far. I mean, he's taken what I would consider very good one-on-one containment defenders and able to get an angle, almost at will.
Glenn Taylor Jr. going to head to the foul line, posting up on Zakir Sawyer. This is a versatile piece in Glenn Taylor Jr. He's made some threes at the right times, and he's been a versatile defender that's gotten him a lot of playing time.
Yeah, to me, versatility is obviously, we talk about it, and I think people immediately think offensive end of the floor. But he does it at both ends for them. He and Jalen Moore kind of can trigger that. Because you can put Taylor, because he's 6'6", strong, physical. He can play the four, and for defensively for long stretches, actually. And then obviously you can kind of go bigger. You have Jalen Moore at the four and Taylor out there. You could even have lineups where you have he and Jalen Moore on the wings. Won't see that much, but you might see it from time to time.
We showed you Fears' game-winning shot against Michigan. That's a game that Porter Moser said they wouldn't have won without Glenn Taylor Jr. He guarded Michigan's 2 7-footers in that game at times. 16-13 Oklahoma. Bush and Tillman out the guard spot. Tillman couldn't get one off over Luke Northweather. He turned it over. And here's Fears attacking, sprinting across the lane to bank it home.
Just how smooth is that? I mean, didn't look like he had any space right there, and then all of a sudden he's free.
That three down by Jordan Tillman, his 13th made three of the year.
Yeah, to me, Tillman, that's a good sign as well for the Panthers. He is that kind of third potential scorer that can help fill the void of not having Anderson here today.
Northweather giving Elvis the screen and rolling to the rim for the easy lay-in.
A little miscommunication right there from the Panthers. But you watch Elvis and Miles play, Chad. They just make the right basketball plays. A couple of guys that don't turn it over very often and take good shots, understand their own individual games.
Little lane to the rim for Petway, falls away and misses, but a foul call. They'll get Bryson Gadine of Oklahoma with that one, I believe. Or did they get Luke Northweather? They got Luke Northweather. First on Northweather. Back in for the Sooners is Duke Miles. It's going to be an underneath inbound play. Call that foul on the floor. Different type of lineup combination for the Sooners with Northweather at the 5 and essentially 4 guards out there. That's a 2 by Bryant. No good. Bryson Gadine heads the other way for the Sooners. They run Gadine off the 3-point line. He can't finish at the rim. And the Panthers want to push. Jordan Tillman now. Byron Smith calling out the play here for Braylon Bush.
Yeah, and they want to be opportunistic in transition, but if Oklahoma is back with good defensive balance and matched up, as long as this is a close game, Byron Smith is going to slow things down and try to keep the pace more in his favor. Speaking of pace and tempo, Chad, this young freshman right here, watch the turnover forced by Oklahoma. Watch how smooth this is. 9 points already for Jeremiah Fears. Been in double figures all 12 of his games as a Sooner. There'll be a 13th here today.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it. Your needs are anticipated. Your ideas come to life faster.
For your route, you'll want stronger brakes.
And your business keeps moving forward.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
Take a holiday from cooking this year with Popeye's Festive Family Box. Loads of biscuits, regular sides, and of course, our crowd-pleasing chicken, all for $20. This year, everyone gets exactly what they want.
Chicken from Popeyes.
We now return to our interview with the insurance whistleblower.
I just think everyone should know there's an insurance company out there exposing other companies' rates so you can compare them and save.
Sounds like trouble.
It's great, actually. It's called Auto Quote Explorer from Progressive. Here, look. See, we show you our direct rates and their rates, even if we're not the lowest.
So whistleblower usually means you're exposing something bad.
I thought it meant calling attention to something helpful. You know, like, toot, toot, check it out. This thing's the best. No?
Sooners on top 20-16, 11:24 to play in the opening half. Great start for Jeremiah Fears, the talented Sooner freshman with 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field already. So the Sooners sitting at 12-0, one of 4 Division I unbeatens, one of 3 Division I unbeatens in the SEC heading into the day. And here are the best starts in program history. The last time that Oklahoma was able to start 13-0 was 1987-88. So they're trying to do what the late, great, legendary Coach Billy Tubbs' team did last at Oklahoma. Went to the Final Four in '88. And 2 of those guys and their coach, they have their jerseys and names honored in the rafters here at the Lloyd Noble Center. See the 18-0 start back in 1927 and 28. I don't remember who they beat that year to get to 18-0, but there you go. There's that 88 team, the last team to start unbeaten at 13-0. Coach Billy Tubbs.
Stacey King, Mookie Blaylock, love Ricky Grace.
Yeah, Dave Seeger,
Dave
and Harvey
Seeger.
Grant. Had 3 guys that played about, 40 years combined in the NBA.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Look at Miles, a little off balance. That ball got jarred free from him. Got a whistle. We'll see if that's on the rebound or on the shot. It is a block on the shot and a couple of free throws.
Yeah, one thing that Porter Moser has to be pleased with offensively from Oklahoma. And obviously, they want to shoot the three. Porter Moser would be fine with 30-plus a game as long as they're good threes. They've only taken 2. They haven't needed to. They've been attacking the paint. Got it inside to the bigs a couple times on rolls. And all these guards we talked about, Miles and Elvis and obviously Fears, can attack once they've got the defense to shift.
They've got 6 guys who play on a regular basis, shooting 35% or better from three-point range. 6 guys. And then Fears is just below at about 33%. This Oklahoma team, 3rd in the SEC. They shoot 37% from three-point range as a team. A little different defensive look for Oklahoma here, Brendan. And a turnover. It had the Panthers a little out of sorts on offense.
It did. You're talking about those three-point shooters. Bryson Godine, who might be the best spot-up shooter, catch-and-shoot guy of them all, he's kind of due for a big game. had made a bunch the last 3 games, but also like we've talked about this whole Oklahoma team. They don't take bad threes. Boom.
What were you saying about Godine?
Yeah,
man.
Well, you and I talked about it before the tip. Kind of felt like he would get some decent looks here today. I didn't expect him to be left that wide open.
Going to be a quick timeout for Byron Smith, and he did not like the lack of a closeout by his team. The turnover, the mistake defensively, and he's going to get that rectified.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game. You turn it over, and then you don't match up on a guy that made 47% of those a year ago. But Bryson Godine, just his reputation alone, even though I think he's 1 for 8 his last 3 ball games from long range, but his ability to shoot it is already established. So he really stretches the floor. And guess who that helps? Jeremiah Fears. More space to work with.
Sooners on a 7-0 run, capped by that 3 for Bryson Godine. He is a 60-year player. Spent a season at Syracuse, 2 years at Providence, and then 2 years at Fairfield. He got a redshirt year there, went to the NCAA tournament as part of that Fairfield team. And as you said, shot almost 47% from three-point range. He had an 8 three-pointer game against Siena at Fairfield. He's not a shooter, Brendan. He's a maker.
Yeah.
Tend to shoot here for the Panthers out of the timeout. They would love to get a good look here. Who will it come from? Petway kind of trapped, near travel, and a bucket and a foul. That worked out for Elijah Terry.
Well, that's a great find by Petway. Oklahoma really defended well through the action. This is Petway right here. Shoot it. Talked about him putting it on the deck, and then finds Terry right there. Terry, a nice job once he absorbed the contact from Godwin right there, able to get the finish.
That's a second foul on Sam Godwin, so Luke Northweather back in to replace him. Elijah Terry is out of Enterprise, Alabama. It's a transfer from Howard College. 10th game of the year for him. And he cashes in his second free throw of the season. It's a 3-point play in a 6-point game midway through our opening half.
Yeah, a little bit of token full court pickup of the Panthers right there.
Jalen Moore back in for the Sooners. Fears is in there at the controls, spinning in, stripped, and out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. So went off the leg of Elijah Terry.
I tell you what, when you are assigned on Fears, Chad, you can't relax at any point. He baits you into that hesitation, kind of, as I've been saying, freezes you, and then next thing you know, he turns the corner. You have to sit down and keep in front and not relax. He may score anyway.
He might.
But that's going to give you the best chance to keep him in front.
Great offense can beat good defense. Jalen Moore misses, but Bryson Godine soars in to tap that one back up and in.
Yeah, extremely small lineup in there right now for the Panthers. Again, that's kind of a domino effect when you lose Nick Anderson defensively.
8-point lead for the Sooners. It is their second largest of the game. Their largest has been 9. Splitting a double team is Orlando Horton Jr., but he turned it over, and then that was poked away from behind by Petway. It'll be Oklahoma basketball. Sooners are shooting 77% from the field. They've made 10 of 13 to this point. But high percentage looks, a lot of easy field goal opportunities for Porter Moser Sooners so far.
Yeah, emphasis of attacking that paint. 14 paint points already.
Elvis has this one poked into the backcourt by Terry. Love to see the hustle. Terry scrapes it up, but he gave it right to Bryson Gadai. Jalen Moore bumped down on the baseline by Jordan Tillman.
Well, that was great effort this other end of the floor, Chad. You love to see that. What's this right here? See, this is the development and transformation of Jalen Moore. There's no hesitation. A year ago, he's not going to do. I mean, he ripped and went left with strength. He's becoming more than just a straight line driver. He's able to put it on the deck and change directions a little bit now.
Miles is fouled on the three-point try by Jordan Tillman. And so Duke Miles will shoot 3.
That's the second jump shooter that the Panthers have fouled here this afternoon. It was Jeremiah Fears earlier on that left elbow. You're going to see it right here. You got to give Miles room to come down. There's just no need for that. You could just see the look on Byron Smith's face.
So Duke Miles, we talked about the 29-point game against Central Arkansas, but he was front and center in the Michigan game as well. At 17 in that one. His offense has been trending upward. So good he has a better than 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
Obviously, your High Point is a different level than SEC basketball, but he consistently had big games a year ago there. 11 where he had 20 plus at different times. So that explosive point production was certainly there. And as we talked about, that won't be the last time he has, Chad, one of those 23, 24-point games.
The Sooners, as we said, have had 5 different guys score at least 20 in a game. Fears, Moore have done it multiple times. And Glenn Taylor Jr. has had an 18-point game this year. Sooner lead is 11, the largest it's been as we dip under 9 minutes remaining in the opening half. Prairie View A&M struggling to find consistent offense right now. Mid-range game for Bryant is off the mark, but a reset here as Terry came up with the offensive board. There's Braylon Bush. Can't get free. And under 5 to shoot now. Tillman clears some space, launches, but no. There's a steal, though, by Terry. Plucked to the outlet pass, the dump down to Petway, who lays it in. And there's a steal in transition. Nearly Marcel Bryant, though, stepped on the sideline. So he's out of bounds. It'll stay with Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma's a couple times when they've advanced it up the floor, Chad, with the pass. Not seeing the defense. The Panthers are doing better once they've got the basket protected. Obviously, it's easier to do that when you have a lay-in offensively at the other end. But they're getting up the floor and meeting Oklahoma a little bit higher.
Petway trying to make up for the absence of Nick Anderson. By the way, it's a foot injury situation for Nick Anderson, and they do expect him back rather quickly as the Panthers are set to jump into the heart of SWAC play. Miles trying to spin into the mid-post, and he's raked across the arm by Tanaj Petway. Petway will pick up his first personal, and we'll go to break with the Sooners up 9. The under 8 timeout. Final non-conference tune-up of the regular season for the unbeaten Sooners.
Recharge from the holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon.
I have got a truckload of new Toyotas out front.
Check them out.
Something I said?
Yes.
Qualified lessees can lease a new 2025 Camry LE for $249 a month for 39 months. Toyota, let's go places.
BK Mel
belts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Welcome back to Nada Yada Island, the reunion. Janina, were you able to find your perfect match on the island?
Well, I'm proof you don't have to settle.
Whoa, Apple Watch SE and iPhone 12?
Guess who else is bundled up?
Hey, Max. I got them both too. Anybody can at Metro.
At Metro, everyone gets their perfect match. iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it. Because your ideas flourish and come to life faster. Your needs are anticipated and met in real time. And your business always keeps moving forward.
For your route, you'll want stronger brakes.
Cool.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, they even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of time. He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Okay. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
(30-21), Oklahoma on top of Prairie View A&M. 9-point lead and +7 from the free throw line so far for Oklahoma. But being good at the foul line and it being a difference maker is not a one-off. That's been a consistent part of the story for this Sooner team, Brent.
Well, I think we think of their strengths outside of individuals, like the Fears and Moore, and their ability to put duress on defenses. You think of their three-point shooting, right? But the beauty of this team, and one of the reasons that they look so connected, is they don't settle for those. They take good ones. They want to get them, but if the defense is giving you another opportunity, then take it. And they played 12 games. 10 of the 12 games Oklahoma's played, they've been to the foul line more than their opponent, outside of the Oklahoma State game and Michigan. And their two best scorers, how do you get those numbers up offensively? Get to the foul line. Fears and Moore get there combined on average 12 times a game. And they're excellent foul shooters at 87 and 85 respectively. So that's the formula.
And the Sooners are the #1 free throw shooting team in the SEC. For the year, they have made more free throws than their opponents have attempted. And they're better than 80% combined as a squad.
And you watch them, and they just don't blow anybody out of the water. It's kind of a gradual thing, but what happens is you have a good combination of getting downhill and the three-point shots like we're talking about, and then they don't turn it over.
They do not. That's a tough runner that banks home for Jordan Tillman. The Southern Indiana, Florida A&M transfer. He had 24 points in their game at UCLA. He made 6 of 7 threes in Pauley Pavilion, Brendan. That's the big stage.
Well, that's why with Anderson being out today, you at least feel like, okay, Petway and Bryant can get going a little bit. Assuming you rebound or hang with Oklahoma on the board some and play, take care of it, which has been a challenge at times so far this afternoon. You have somebody like Tillman that could go get you 15.
And so here come the Sooners back to the free throw line. Fears has been there once. He converted an old-fashioned three-point play. 9 points, perfect from the field for Jeremiah Fears. SEC Freshman of the Week this week. And the front end of 1-and-1. In and out. Rebound snatched by Terry. Brag about the free throw shooting, and the announcer's jinx comes into play.
Yeah, that is not a thing.
Not a thing? Okay.
I knew you were going to bring that up. I did that well before he went to them.
That's true. Yeah. Nice backdoor cut by Petway to get an easy lane.
Yeah, that's back-to-back possessions where Prairie View A&M's been able to get downhill with their guards and finish.
It's 9 for Tanaj Petway so far today. Godine, a corner three. Not this time. Made one earlier from there. Tillman tears the other way for the Panthers. He could cut this to 5 or 4 with 6.5 to play in the first half. And a foul inside as Bryant was posting hard against Kobe Elvis, who picks up a foul.
Yeah, here's that last possession, Chad. Get Petway. Good cut right there because all eyes were on Terry with the ball in his hands. And weak side defense for Oklahoma got caught watching. Good cut from Petway. And as you said, team's hanging around. And Byron Smith's done a really good job of managing his ball club in the half court offensively.
So Porter Moser has turned to the Alabama transfer, Muhammad Wagi, up front. He will face his former teammates in the SEC opener on January the 4th. Tillman, tough fall away three that's off the mark. Rebound, though, goes to Terry, and he'll go to the foul line.
Well, Terry's really given some good minutes this afternoon with the Panthers. Nice finish earlier, drawing Godwin's second foul. The pass to Petway a couple possessions ago, and then just an effort play right there from the 6'7" junior.
So Elijah Terry picks up that foul on Glenn Taylor Jr. Byron Smith said, I had to go out and get the point guard spot solidified. I feel like they've done that. They've let John Paul Ricks handle it a little bit. Jordan Tillman, Braylon Bush as well. But it said they have 8 grad students and no freshmen. And he said that's just the state of college basketball. It's the new state of things, so to speak. They've leaned on their 3 scorers primarily, Petway, Nick Anderson, and Marcel Bryant, and they're playing without one of them today.
Well, you can see, I mean, we knew this coming in, but it's always easier when we get our eyes on teams live, Chad, as you well know. If you throw Anderson in this mix, their ability to score, that will not be a problem in league play. It's going to come down to how they develop defensively and then how much better they can get on the glass. If they do those 2 things, they have a chance to win the league.
Picked 7th in the preseason poll in the SWAC, but each of the top 7 teams received at least one first-place vote. Wegi pursues that miss by Fears. No reset of the shot clock as Godine misses a 3.
Well, and they get 2 of those at home right off the bat.
They get Grambling State and Southern. Right out of the gate in SWAC play.
You protect home floor. They remember home floor. They haven't been there. They haven't been there in about 2 months.
Petway circles down the lane. The shot blocker, Wegi, impacting his decision-making there. And here comes Godine for the Sooners. Fears, his 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Jordan Tillman. 5-minute mark here in the opening half, and things have gone a little stagnant both ways offensively.
Yeah, and again, Coach Smith continues to manage it. Potential broken floor there off the Fears miss, but hold up, try to get something downhill.
Here's Sawyer with the jump hook. No. And Godine with another rebound. Bryson Godine's got 5 rebounds in this first half. Fears got a little screen from Wegi. Reset to the freshman. Tough for Sawyer to stay in front of him here. Fall away 3 this time. No. And into the arms of Tillman. Byron Smith saying, hey, slow it down. Get it to Orlando Horton Jr.
Yeah, Oklahoma owed their last 5 from the floor.
Horton trapped in traffic, somehow got the ball free for Petway. Glenn Taylor Jr. with a good rugged rebound as he collides with Sawyer. And Sawyer will pick up the personal. Glenn Taylor Jr. will be at the foul line for Oklahoma in a double bonus situation. Sooners up 6 with under 4 left in the first half.
I like the way you look. I like the way you look.
Kia, movement that inspires.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it. Because your ideas flourish and come to life faster. Your needs are anticipated and met in real time. And your business always keeps moving forward.
For your route, you'll want stronger brakes. Cool.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Oh, that's nice with the economy and all.
Ooh.
What's the economy?
Where we start.
What isn't the economy?
Yes.
Right.
It is. It's so many things.
Right.
Look, all you really need to know is that Progressive can save you money without sacrificing quality coverage. You follow?
I'll just look it up.
That went well.
Well, the Prairie View A&M Panthers down the SWAC's leading scorer, Nick Anderson, today, but they've been able to hang around so far. Within 6 with under 4 minutes left in the opening half, and Oklahoma has missed its last 5 from the field. How has Prairie View A&M continued to keep the Sooners within striking distance?
Well, first and foremost, they're taking care of the ball. You remember that stretch where Oklahoma had separation? They were up 30-19. Prairie View got careless with the basketball. Oklahoma was able to get out and run, get some broken fours, and Fears was able to get a little ahead of his team. So first and foremost, they're taking care of it. They only have 5 turnovers so far for the game. And the other thing is that they've been able to hang on the glass. Jalen Moore's only played, 9 minutes? And Sam Godwin picked up his second. So he's played Chad, as I look right here? He's played 5, and I think the Panthers have taken advantage of that. I mean, they're holding their own on the glass where it's even right now, much in part due to those 2 guys not playing their typical heavier minutes.
And there's Byron Smith, as you've described a couple of times, just kind of trying to manage things without Nick Anderson. This is a guy that Byron Smith said, quite honestly, people just missed on him. He's Division III program, St. Thomas down in the Houston area, but other programs are now looking at him. That is the state of collegiate basketball these days. You get a guy, you develop him, and other programs potentially come calling. But they've really enjoyed having Nick Anderson. He'll be a big part of things for them in SWAC play.
So a very genius comment by me. So I'm talking to Byron before the game, and as we've seen him several times over the years, and talked about Anderson. I said, oh, shoot, I was looking forward to watching Anderson play against Oklahoma. He looked at me and said, me too, Brendan. I was like, oh, good point. I guess it's not about me, Coach Smith. I forgot for a moment.
Yeah, well, it kind of is about you. But Nick Anderson did not make the trip with the Panthers here. Back home, resting and preparing for conference play. 8-point Oklahoma lead. The largest lead has been 11, 32-21. Sooners just one of their last 7 from the field. Late shot clock situation with 5 to get one away. Glenn Taylor Jr. using a Sam Godwin screen and feeding Godwin inside. That'll be a shot clock violation.
But another reason they're hanging, Chad, they've been much more sound defensively, doing a good job of keeping things in front. So they've been starting off disguising as a zone, and after about the second pass, they match up into man. What that's doing is slowing Oklahoma down. What I would have liked to see on that possession, about 10 seconds on the shot clock, Jeremiah Fears was on that right wing. Go get it. Have somebody give you a rub or a little screen and go make a play.
Glenn Taylor Jr. is going to the bench for Oklahoma, rubbing his head after that post-up chance he had. Maybe a little contact that went unseen. Under 10 to shoot and under 3 to play in the first half. Panthers hanging around in this one, within 8. Finding a seam, Petway crashes into Godwin. Wow. Circus act, high off the glass and in. Petway's got 11.
When he left his feet, why didn't he just attack with the left hand right there? But now I know why.
He had that in his back pocket. Into the hands of Fears, who's had a good first half. He's got 9. Duke Miles has 10 for the Sooners. But a turnover there. Back the other way is Petway. Charging into the front court. Bryant hits it. And it's a 4-point game. Porter Moser taking a Sooner timeout with 2:11 left before halftime. Oklahoma now 7 turnovers in the first half. And no field goals in the last 7.5 minutes. Iron Smith's team scratching and clawing back within 4 after trailing by as many as 11 here in Norman today.
Now here's that last basket that cut at the 4, Chad, right here. A good footwork and good feel from the sophomore Marcel Bryant. Oklahoma helping the Panthers out. Panthers have been playing solid and sound, but then you couple that with Oklahoma being stagnant offensively and starting to turn the basketball over. Momentum has certainly shifted, and Byron Smith has a chance they can survive this last 2:11 to go into halftime, regroup, and have lots of positives to talk about.
Hey, Porter Moser talking about this Prairie View A&M team. He said they're up 15 at Mississippi State on the road in an SEC environment. Now, of course, they had Anderson for that game, but they've been in some of these types of environments and performed well.
Well, Houston a week ago, they're up 4 at half, and second half they just shot it so poorly, 25%. We're 0 of 7 from 3. That's difficult to survive on the road.
Boy, that will fix a lot of ills if Duke Miles is going to hit 25-footers as he did there. That stops a 7.5-minute field goal drought. Stops it with an extra. Here comes Jalen Moore, who's back in for the Sooners. Moore double teamed and foul. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar was Braylon Bush trying to sneak one out.
Yeah, here's that 3 from Miles right there. Long shot, but plenty of time to size it up. See all the space right there? Way that he's been shooting it, especially the last couple of games. Made 7 threes the last 2, including 4 last Sunday, en route to 29 points.
He is 25 of 53 from three-point range this year. Nearly 50% is Duke Miles. It's been a very quiet first half for Jalen Moore. That free throw gives him 3 points. First time he's been to the line today. He's 1 of 2 from the field. Gives Oklahoma the 8-point lead back. Jalen Moore just having a great year so far. The MVP in Oklahoma's win at the Battle for Atlantis. Porter Moser says they just rely so much on him for everything, including energy. And with him out on the floor, you notice maybe that energy's missing sometimes.
Well, there's nobody that's going to be out there that's going to be more athletic than he is. And so when he has that high motor, I mean, it really stands out.
That'll be a traveling violation as Petway got himself pinned in a little too deep there against Kobe Elvis.
Now, Elvis, discipline right there, not baiting or being bait into leaving the floor. Forced Petway into that turnover.
So final minute 20 of this opening half. Jeremiah Fears back out there. That was tapped into the backcourt by Horton. He's hanging all over Fears. Can't get free and hanging a little too close. Doug Schaus whistles the foul against Orlando Horton Jr. That'll send Fears back to the line for 2.
Fears handles it with such strength. I mean, there's so many things that just he does and doesn't do as a young player. That's more typical. I mean, it's all the pressure right there. Tremendous handles. And then he's so good at creating the contact.
You make a good point about strictly his handles. The turnovers have been decision-making type turnovers, but just on-ball handling it, he's as good as anybody in the country.
You know, as they say, sometimes it's on a string. I mean, it is with him. I mean, he doesn't have to think of it at all, handling the ball in any way, shape, or form. And because he's so great, then he can just use his other abilities just to go make plays. Oklahoma has not done, even though they've extended this lead. They haven't got him in much space as they were early in the ball game.
Well, it was a 4-point game, but Oklahoma has a 7-0 run in a minute's time. And to the rim again goes Petway. He leads everybody with 13.
I tell you what, he has definitely stepped up in the absence of Nick Anderson today.
Game clock is running here. Oklahoma tried to roll it to midcourt, not let time run off the clock, but it is running. Now the shot clock isn't, and they've got about 2 seconds difference. Here's just looking up at that shot clock, which says 15. Pulls out to Kobe Elvis on the far side of the floor. Moore off the dribble. Tough spinning shot, fouled, and 2 free throws with 3 seconds left in the half.
Well, that's a tough one if you're Byron Smith. You really defensively handle that possession very well. So you get it out of Fear's hands right there. You get it to Moore, and you keep in front, and then you foul a jump shooter. I mean, is that Bryant?
It was, and that's 2 on Bryant.
I mean, what good does that do? I mean, you ruined what was really good defensive possession that would have closed out the half, and you bailed out Jalen Moore by fouling him right there.
One more free throw here for Jalen Moore. 5 points in the opening half for Moore. He's played 12 minutes. Porter Moser's trying to substitute Mohamed Wegi in. I think only if Moore makes this free throw to put a little pressure on the inbound passer. And so that will happen now as Moore sticks them both. 3.5 left, opening half. Raylan Bush speeds across midcourt and got a decent look at it. Helps to have that kind of jet on your back if you want to get one away at the buzzer. Sooners by 11. They've matched their largest lead, closing out the first half in Norman. Back from the holiday break, Jeremiah Fears, the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week, and the Sooners try to close out non-conference play unbeaten.
We all have different goals. A free, personalized plan for the future can give you timely insights. So no matter what's ahead, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus 1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
In the furniture business, things move fast. ZipRecruiter helps us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team, and they did it fast. Is that too fast for you?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No. It's my job to protect you.
Are you okay? We gotta get out of here!
What's wrong with Daddy?
He's infected.
Blake, you're scaring me.
Back up!
Rated R. Only in theaters January 17th.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
Halftime at the Lloyd Noble Center, the Oklahoma Sooners in their final non-conference game of the year, trying to stay unbeaten against the Prairie View A&M Panthers. Part of the mix for Oklahoma has been 10 newcomers added to the roster by Porter Moser this season. Let's get to know some of them right now.
My name is Bryson Goodon. I'm from New Bedford, Massachusetts. As a player, I would describe myself as someone who's exciting to watch. I'm a shooter. I like to think myself as someone who brings a lot of energy to the game. I chose to come to Oklahoma because I was looking for something different. I really liked what the coaching staff had to offer and the pieces that were already on the team. Yeah, there's a lot of players I respect, a lot of players I look up to, but at the end of the day, I just try to bring my own style. When I'm not playing basketball, I make music. I get on the game with my friends, spend time with my family. We have a lot of cool characters from different areas of the world, so just seeing how we all mesh together and make this thing work is really exciting to see and also experience too.
Hey, my name is Mohamed Wagi. I'm from Bronx, New York, but I grew up in Mali, which is in West Africa. As a basketball player, I feel like I just, want to do everything it takes to get a win. I chose coming to Oklahoma for my last year because, the coaching staff and then the kind of players we got on the team. I didn't really get to meet them on the visit, but, coach showed me a lot about them, and then I kind of like the idea about it. Outside of basketball, I like to try new food, and I play a lot of video games sometimes. I grew up playing soccer, so it was probably 6 years ago when I made the translation to start playing basketball, and then it was crazy at first, but I kind of got used to it. I feel like I got really good teammates. We most likely hang around each other a lot, and then I feel like that's going to translate to game times. For this season, I feel like we're going to have a really good year. Come out and support. Go Sooners.
My name is Dayton Forsyth, and I'm from Dale, Oklahoma. I'm a team first point guard. I've won pretty much everywhere I've been. That just comes from being really close to my teammates. We have a great bond together, so that means we play together on the court. I like to golf with pretty much any of my friends, just hang out, play video games. I'm just a real big friend guy, like being around my friends. I chose Oklahoma, obviously because I'm from here and I grew up dreaming about playing here, but it's also a place that I can see myself growing and being the best version of myself. Just get excited. Hope to see you guys at the game. We plan on winning a lot. We need you guys' help.
Hello, guys. My name is Glenn Taylor. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I describe myself as a basketball player, just a guy that's going to do it all to win. Very versatile. I love to see others get better. I feel like I'm a guy that whoever's on the court with me, I'm going to make them better. The reason I came to Oklahoma was because the culture that was established here, it was very family-oriented. When I got here, even the guys, when I first met the guys, my teammates, I felt like I'd known them for 2-3 years. And I feel like that's important because then the guys won't be going to battle me. I'm a pretty chill guy. Coming from Las Vegas, whenever I get free time, I like to just relax, talk to my people at home, play the game a little bit, go get ice cream, be ready for exciting moments. There's going to be a lot of winning going on. We're not going to let you guys down. So I'm hoping to see you guys all there.
My name is Duke Miles. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. I describe myself as a floor general. I try to get my teammates involved and then just try to, do whatever it takes to help the team win. My favorite pro player right now is Jalen Brunson. I've been trying to ball my game with him lately, just, trying to be sound from him. But my favorite player overall is Kyrie Irving. I chose to come to Oklahoma because the coaching staff, my teammates, and everybody just made me feel welcome. Even from the academic advisors, everyone on staff just made me feel like this is where I needed to be, and so I can further my career academically and professional-wise. I got one message for y'all, man. Just come out, support every single time, and man, we really appreciate everything y'all do.
My name is Kobe Elvis. I'm from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. The way I would describe myself as a basketball player is someone who's, passionate, very energetic, uplifting, just a speedy guy. The NBA player that I like to emulate or watch is Darius Garland. He's my favorite player of all time. Just love his game. I chose Oklahoma just because of the coaches, the players that I've met on my visit. Really made it feel like a family environment. Made me feel like I was going to be a part of something bigger than just myself, and just be able to build something great. My message to the fans is I hope to see you guys at the games. I hope you guys are loud and making noise. Go Sooners.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Fierce. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I would describe myself as a scorer, playmaker, a defender, and just a dog. I feel like it was a great fit. Talking to the coaching staff, there was a lot of opportunity, and they was willing to help me get better and develop my game as a player and as a person. Describe my teammates as dogs as well. We all dogs, and I feel like that just helped with our chemistry. Going at it every day, helping push each other, just keeping us on the right path, knowing your teammate is pushing you, motivate you to get better every single day. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great season. And pull up, show out.
Sooner newcomers there, many of them already becoming household names at the Lloyd Noble Center, where it's Oklahoma and Prairie View A&M at halftime. More of your halftime show coming up next on SEC Network Plus.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full time while I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
In the furniture business, things move fast. ZipRecruiter helps us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team, and they did it fast. Was that too fast for you?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No. It's my job to protect you. Are you okay? We gotta get out of here.
What's wrong with Daddy?
He's infected.
Blake, you're scaring me.
Rated R. Only in theaters January 17th.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
The Oklahoma Sooners trying to close out non-conference play unbeaten against the Prairie View A&M Panthers. Sooners looking good at halftime at the Lloyd Noble Center. We'll have more coming up on SEC Network Plus.
We all have different goals. A free, personalized plan for the future can give you timely insights. So no matter what's ahead, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
In the furniture business, things move fast. ZipRecruiter helps us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team, and they did it fast. Is that too fast for you?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
Welcome back to Nada Yada Island, the reunion. Janina, were you able to find your perfect match on the island?
Well, I'm proof you don't have to settle.
Whoa, Apple Watch SE and iPhone 12?
Guess who else is bundled up?
Hey, bags. I got them both too. Anybody can in Metro.
At Metro, everyone gets their perfect match. iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
Halftime at the Lloyd Noble Center finds the Oklahoma Sooners up 11, which equals their largest lead of the afternoon. Sooners one of 3 Division I unbeatens in the SEC, and Jeremiah Fears has been a big reason for that. Solid first half for the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week. 11 points. Brendan, what have you thought about him today?
Well, he was great early. Got in space, and obviously he's so smooth. Here he is up that turnover and transition. I mean, just can handle it in a crowd and finish as he does right there. 11 points. 9 of those, though, came in the first few minutes. We talked about Tanaj Petway, Chad, with no Nick Anderson today, in his 19 a game. Petway would have to step up, and he absolutely has. 13 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Big reason Prairie View A&M was within 4 with 2:11 left. Oklahoma finished with a little flurry on a 9-2 run, but I think Byron Smith's team really showed well in that first half.
And they got themselves pretty good looks on the interior, close to the bucket. In fact, Prairie View A&M leads this game in points in the paint, 20-14 over Oklahoma. A team, obviously, they're not as big as, and probably you come into a game like this, you think maybe they're settling for jump shots and not getting close to the bucket. That's not been the case for the Panthers so far.
No. You know, it's 30-19, as we mentioned, Oklahoma's largest lead, and then the next 5 field goals for Byron Smith's ball club came from the paint. And I promised you that is something that Porter Moser addressed at halftime. Their defensive intensity certainly wasn't there the latter part of that first half.
16-point advantage from the foul line for Oklahoma. Porter Moser's team out shooting Prairie View A&M 18-2 in points from the foul line so far. And that's a lot of what allowed them to re-extend this lead to 11 points. Florida already a winner today, so they remain unbeaten. Tennessee still unbeaten as the 3 SEC unbeatens, 4 overall in Division I, and Oklahoma trying to close out non-conference play with no losses also. Quick whistle and a foul off the basketball. Looks like Jalen Moore is going to be pegged. He'll get his second as he knocked Ricks down on the interior.
Moore pretty quiet that first half. Just 6 points, but just 2 rebounds. I would be more concerned about that to get back to playing with that energy. I bet you he has a better half.
4 different Panthers have at least 2 fouls, including Sawyer, who has 3. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Spears steals and runs the other way for the Sooners. There's Jalen Moore, going to make a difference early with the left hand gliding to the window.
Yeah, really smooth right there. All that hard work to become a more productive and balanced offensive player.
Porter Moser big on the phrase mind right, game right. And that's something we've heard Jalen Moore repeat often so far this season. That turnaround is buried by Marcel Bryant. He's done that a couple of times. 10 points for Bryant. He's the second Panther to reach double digits today. Moore against Bryant. Double team arrives. 10 to shoot now for Kobe Ellis. Godwin fed on the baseline and fouled. Elijah Terry will be whistled for that one. Sam Godwin didn't score in the first half and didn't have a rebound. That's got to change for the Sooners, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he got an early foul on the illegal ball screen. And then Terry did a nice job of drawing him to contact to pick up his second. So only played 7 minutes that first half. And I will tell you, Chad, you know, the last 3 games coming in, Sam Godwin has gotten back to rebounding at a high clip. Obviously had the great game against Oklahoma State offensively, but where that began was his activity on the glass, which is his MO, the best part of his game. 28 rebounds the last 3 games coming in, because the previous 5 he only had 13. I mean, that's just not him. And when he is right and he's available and can give you his minutes, you know he's going to be active at both ends on the glass.
Tough post move there by Bryant. He backed down Jalen Moore and then dropped it home.
Yeah, they love his versatility. You talked about it in the first half, Chad. Put him at that 5 on the block, and he's starting to be able to stretch you out on the perimeter as well.
That 3 misses from Duke Miles. It's Miles' first miss from the field today. 13 points for Duke Miles in that first half. He's coming off that great game against Central Arkansas where he had 29. That one a little tougher look for Bryant. It's off the mark. Bodies hit the floor, held ball, and the possession arrow heads the other way. This feel like one of those post-Christmas games. You know, you have those where you're just kind of stuck in the mud. Things aren't flowing as freely as they did going into the break.
You know, it's interesting. You get that time off, and you can certainly be a little flat. So yes, just like the Central Arkansas game felt a little bit like a pre-holiday break game.
Jalen Moore really trying to go to work against Bryant. Jump hook no good. And collecting the rebound is J.P. Ricks. Making his 8th straight start today. Hutchinson Community College product. John Paul Ricks.
Yeah, much better ball handlers out front for Byron Smith this year. Big emphasis in the portal. We'll get some guys in there that can handle it.
The blow-by bucket for Petway, who continues his run. He's got 15. He'll try to add to that from the free throw line.
Yeah, Petway's a really, really nice player. That terrific first half where he scored 13. And the thing about him is he shoots it well from 3. And so you have to get out there, and then he can do this. Put it on the deck. Goes in amongst some size and Moore, and Godwin's still able to finish, though.
Petway had a couple of seasons at Stony Brook and then at New Mexico State last year in Conference USA. By the way, the New Mexico State women are in town. They're going to play the Oklahoma Sooner women 1 hour after this game is done. But Petway, a guy that Byron Smith said he's a no-nonsense type of player. There's not much goofing around, not much laughing. He is all business, and he has been today for the Panthers. 9-point lead for the Sooners, led by 11 at halftime. Can't get Gedine free for a 3. Taylor Jr. had that pass batted down. 5 to shoot now. Fears got to make a play. He's pretty good at that, as we have seen from time to time. Loose ball, again bodies crash in, and this time possession heads the other way as Terry ties up Sam Godwin.
Yeah, he can make that fierce can, but I thought he might try to take advantage with his size, work his way in for a mid-range or possibly turn the corner right there. what I like about Fears, so if he's put in that situation again, Chad, in the next couple of possessions, I bet you he drives it next time.
Very methodical on offense, the Panthers so far today. Petway splits a double team. Fears rebounds the air ball. Duke Miles attacking to the rim, reverse in. And Duke Miles continues another good game. He's got 15.
Yeah, and it's last week the 29 to me felt, I don't know if you can have a quiet 29.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, no, not at this level.
But you're right.
Yeah, but I would say his 15. But the reason is his ability to get to the line.
Goodness, Jordan Tillman, high degree of difficulty there for the grad student, the transfer from Southern Indiana and Florida A&M. 49-40. Oklahoma just can't run away and hide yet. Lynn Taylor Jr. dribbled that one off his foot. And that is 7 Oklahoma turnovers.
Duke Miles, Chadwick, another big game. He's been looking to attack more offensive opportunities the last 3-4 ball games, and it's worked out well for him and the Oklahoma Sooners. Puts him up 9 right there.
When your business is on the path to AI, Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and give you the flexibility to keep moving forward.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, I even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of time. He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
There's Byron Smith, the 9th-year head coach of the Prairie View A&M Panthers, working hard down the leading scorer in the SWAC today. Nick Anderson unavailable. Hope to get him back very soon in time for conference play. And they're within 9 of the Oklahoma Sooners. Once again, it has been Duke Miles. Duke Miles coming off a game 1 week ago today where he tied a career high with 29. The prior game, he had 17 against Michigan. So you're looking at 17, 29, and so far today, 15. But he is headed up the tunnel for the Sooners. They will have a look at Duke Miles. Or maybe he's just headed over to stay loose, getting on the elliptical. Brendan, I should have done that before the game, keep myself in shape too. But let's hope this is just kind of precautionary to keep him loose.
Well, I mean, what would be encouraging to me is you don't see any of the athletic training staff over there with him. But, I mean, 15 points on 4. He knows we're talking about him.
Yeah.
As we should be. 15 points on 4 field goal attempts. And, you know, coming in to today, he'd only been to the line 19 times all season long. 7 times today. But a year ago at High Point, he went over 4 times a game. So why I bring that up is as you get into SEC play, you have to be able to do more of both. I think this is a really good sign. Obviously, it'll be a little more difficult in the SEC than it would be today, but good to see him getting to that charity stripe.
Bryant off the mark with that 3, and foul on the rebound. Godwin tied up with Jordan Tillman. And that'll be against Sam Godwin. Godwin's third personal foul. Jalen Moore has 3, so some foul trouble in the front court for Oklahoma today.
Yeah, and I think I said this in the first half. This Oklahoma team obviously really, really good, but they don't just blow you out of the water. They beat you because all of their pieces are so good. And I say that both Sam Godwin and Jalen Moore in foul trouble today, they can't get in foul trouble in SEC play. Porter Moser needs to have all his parts so he can insert them at the appropriate times. And, there's your 3 bigs right there. You can throw Northweather, I guess, in as well. But, at least this point in Northweather's career, Waggy, great pieces, but you'd rather have Sam and Jalen available.
Step there on the bench with 3 fouls apiece, and it is Luke Northweather who is, in effect, the 5-man for the Sooners right now. Jordan Tillman operating. A 3 by Petway is on the way. Can't get that one to go. Northweather the rebound. See, Jeremiah Fears can get going. He's got 11 points in this game. Got off to a red-hot start. Made his first 4 field goals. Has missed his last 4. Luke Northweather, no. Nine-point game. Oklahoma has led a couple of times by 11. Largest lead has been 13. But unable to pull away from the pesky Panthers, Prairie View A&M. So Bryant going to work in that low post. Off the mark. He overcomplicated that one a bit. Taylor Jr. and a foul. So Glenn Taylor Jr. with foul trouble from the bigs. He's in effect playing the front court, but he can do things like this.
Yeah, that's why right there, Chad, when you run in a break, you sprint the floor. And so Taylor Jr. was able to get ahead of Bryant right there. See that little bit? So now Bryant's out of position. Bryant was a little more concerned about the offensive play at the other end and doesn't sprint back. Taylor recognizes, takes advantage, uses that big body to get himself to the rim.
Over 100 collegiate games prior to coming to Oklahoma. He was at St. John's last year, Oregon State 2 years prior to that. Glenn Taylor Jr. Very good piece coming off the bench this season for Porter Moser and the Sooners. Largest lead has been 13, and that's going to change right now on that one from John Paul Ricks. Bucket and a foul. Foul is on Kobe Elvis. And so Kobe Elvis has 3 fouls.
Yeah, and Rick's one of those point guards in the portal that Byron Smith was able to sign. A good job right there absorbing that and giving the ball a chance. Rick's typically doesn't look to score, more of a game manager and a guy that provides ball security, but right there showing a little offensive punch.
Won 4 state titles in Baton Rouge, Louisiana with his dad as coach. Byron Smith said, if all players were like John Paul Ricks, my job would be easy. Takes care of his business. So he converts the old-fashioned 3-point play. Back down to a 9-point game. You see returning is Zakir Sawyer. He's in foul trouble. He's got 3. Jalen Moore will return to the floor for the Sooners. He replaces Luke Northweather. And Jalen Moore is back out there with his 3 fouls. Panthers have done a good job against Fears after the initial 5 minutes until now, and that's going to be a goaltend on Elijah Terry. And Fears has 13 points now.
Just needs some space. I mean, if you can get him a little room once he turns the corner, it's a done deal. I mean, it's so smooth. I don't know how else to describe it, but it doesn't even look like, and he's going hard. And then all of a sudden, he's blowing by defenders. And then he elevates so well. Did a great job right there hitting that seam.
Oklahoma lead back to 11. Lob up top and laid in by Marcel Bryant.
Great recognition right there. Good communication making eye contact right there for the Panthers. I tell you, Bryant has excellent hands. Pretty good footwork, too.
He's got 14 points today as well. Jalen Moore up over the top of everyone to convert. Bigger part of things here in the second half has been Jalen Moore, except for the foul trouble.
Yeah, way more assertive. And that's what you want out of him.
This is Petway. Moore rejects it. Here comes Bryson Gadine with a full head of steam. And that's poked away on the baseline. Good rotation there by Zakir Sawyer to bat it away from Moore. Jalen Moore up to 10 points now after having a very slow first half.
I mean, that's an on-the-ball block right there. Great timing from Jalen Moore, showing versatility there defensively. Right now, Oklahoma, Chad, with Taylor and Moore in there, essentially at the 4 and 5. I mean, you really have 5 guards out there.
And Fears cashes in, just leaning over the top of the defender.
And because of that, the personnel, Chad, that are in there now, it's allowing Fears even more space.
$15 now for Fears. This is Terry trying to back his man down. Horton finds a seam but can't convert. And Jalen Moore lost it at midcourt. Sawyer the other way. Here's Terry galloping to the bucket and in. And a timeout taken here by Prairie View A&M, having reduced the Sooner lead back down to 11 at the under 12 stoppage. It'll be a full timeout. Oklahoma unable to pull away from Prairie View A&M so far.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Ah, that's nice with the economy and all.
Ooh.
What's the economy?
Where do we start?
What isn't the economy?
Yes.
Right.
It is it's so many things.
Right.
Look, all you really need to know is that Progressive can save you money without sacrificing quality coverage. You follow?
I'll just look it up.
That went well.
They've only shot 3 free throws so far in this half, after 19 in the first half. That's Jalen Moore, who has been a bigger part of things for Porter Moser and the Sooners here in half number 2. 6 points in the first half. He's got 4 in half number 2, but he's just been more present. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, no, assertive, which is what you want and need him to be. Only took 2 shots the first half. And obviously he should have an advantage. Nice little move right there with strength. Now, you don't want Jalen to play out of character, do things that Oklahoma can't benefit from. But what you reference this a lot. What does Porter Moser always say?
Be great at what you're good at.
Yeah, and his motor needs to be running hot. One thing to me, which is part of that, maybe the first half not being assertive, is he is such a team player and a team guy, and he knows that he's got to perform. But he wants other guys to be involved and do well. But he athletically, and now with his offensive game expanding, I mean, he's at the top of the scouting report, along with Fears. Fears is going to have the ball in his hands, so that's easy to get him involved. But Oklahoma's got to run stuff for Jalen, but Jalen's got to demand it too at times, especially when he has a matchup opportunity and can use that versatility.
11-point Oklahoma lead. Miles to the bucket and rebounded by Elijah Terry. Panthers, one of the rare times they've advanced it quickly, but now they get to the half court and want to slow it down, as has been the case most of the day. Just trying to get it into the hands of Petway if they can. Actually getting him a little breather right now, and it won't matter. Braylon Bush knocks down his 8th three of the season. Right back within 8 are the Panthers. And they've kind of taken the air out of the Lloyd Noble Center. Crowd is quiet. Bryson Godine's corner 3 is no good. Fears tips it up, keeps it alive, and Glenn Taylor Jr. rebounds. There's Moore, held. Count the basket, and a foul for Jalen Moore. It's been his half so far. Well, Jalen Moore has put the Sooners back up by 10. They'll have a chance to expand that when we come back from the break on SEC Network Plus.
I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow. How do you feel? No, how do you want to feel?
A new head coach.
Make it about us. We beat the odds.
And her new assistant.
Hey, Google, find me an alternate route, because you decide the outcome.
And a must-win game.
No, we decide the outcome.
And the vision and a car that always delivers.
Bring it in! I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow.
The all-new 2025 Equinox and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Every business is on its own path to AI. And Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA can provide you with the broadest portfolio, allowing you to quickly implement the AI you need, help keep your data secure, and get the flexibility to scale as you grow. So no matter what business you're in, you can keep moving forward.
Crypto wasn't for her. She could tell her remote to record her favorite show, but crypto,
Record Crimson Falls.
not her thing. That is until her son lost his wallet and needed a place to stay.
You lost it?
International wire transfers don't exactly move at the speed of concerned parent. Maybe that's why Jake's idea didn't seem so far-fetched.
Hey, send
If she could get a few $100 down to Cabo in no time flat, well, sign her up. Crypto wasn't for her until it was.
Oklahoma by 10 with 10:46 to play in the first half. And this was a possession that winds up in a three-point opportunity for Jalen Moore, but it's a reset that was created on the offensive board by Fears.
Yeah, the kick to Godine, watch Fears. I mean, gets around his man, keeps it alive, so it ends up in with Taylor. So now you have a broken floor. Move it quick because the defense is not set up. I mean, it's basically a built-in clear out on that left-hand side for Jalen Moore. Again, being more assertive, being decisive, and making a much better impact on the offensive end.
Jalen Moore has such great belief. You know, we've heard the phrase mind right, game right. He had a game in the Bahamas, the Battle for Atlantis, where he had only 6 points. Wasn't a big factor. That was Oklahoma's opening game in that event against Providence College. But he performed so well bouncing back from that he was the MVP because of Oklahoma's wins over Arizona and then Louisville in the championship game. And he said, hey, simply mind right, game right. And that belief, Jalen Moore believes that they could win this game and then go up the road and beat the Oklahoma City Thunder later on tonight. That's the belief that he has in his teammates and his coaching staff.
Hey, a little off subject, but would you tell me what the Thunder?
Yeah, they had a game against Indiana the other day, an NBA game. They turned the ball over 3 times in an NBA game. That's crazy. This Oklahoma team, not quite that today, but they've been very good with ball security for the most part this year. Tillman banging his way in. Godine, solid defense there. Here's Fears. probing the defense. So hard to stay in front of. And if you're Elijah Terry, you're backpedaling like a defensive back, and you just you're in a tough situation there.
It's hard to defend against most players at this level when you're backpedaling in transition one-on-one, let alone Jeremiah Fears. So you can see Terry just smiling like, I mean, what else could I do?
So he commits the foul. That's his third. Miles backs down Ricks. Nice little jump hook over the left shoulder.
Yeah, Ricks did about everything that he can do. That's just a size and strength advantage that Miles had on him down low.
Miles now has 17 in this game. He leads all scorers, coming off the 29 1 week ago today against Central Arkansas. There's Bush, somehow able to get that one through Glenn Taylor Jr.
Well, Glenn Taylor doesn't get out of position on those closeouts like that very often. Nice drive from Bush right there. Great quickness shown.
Jalen Moore double team, had it stripped by Bryant, but a foul on Bryant. That'll be his third. So you've got Terry and Bryant with 3 apiece, and Sawyer 4 for the Panthers.
Now here's that one last Oklahoma possession. Miles just gets Ricks down low. An easy one right there. Here's Bush. See that? I think it surprised Glenn Taylor Jr. a little bit, the quickness and the burst, and able to beat him to the spot.
That's 5 fouls against Prairie View A&M. So both teams are quickly approaching the bonus foul situation. Jalen Moore, little ball fake, and glides right around the defender for 2 more.
I mean, that's just rip and attack. And the beauty of it, now at this point in his career, Chad, he can do it either way. We've seen him go left more tonight than he's gone right.
That's 15 for Jalen Moore, and there's another blow by Braylon Bush.
So this feels like the first half a little bit, where it looked like Oklahoma was going to get the separation, and then Prairie View A&M had all those possessions, remember, where they were able to get paint points and hang around.
11-point Oklahoma lead. Largest Sooner advantage has been 13 at 65-52. Elvis left open. Can't drop down to 3. And Bush out of the pack for the Panthers the other way. Look at Bush. That's 3 straight possessions where he's gotten to the rim. That's going to be a goaltending call. You may have a look at this, but it certainly looked like the ball was on the rim when it was touched by the Sooner defender. And Bush has come alive. He's got double figures now.
Boy, that's a blow by right there.
Did Godine get that before it touched anything?
Yeah, I think that was a good call. They can go look at it, though, the next media timeout.
They reviewed one that Jeremiah Fears got a goaltend call to his advantage and said it was a goaltend. This time he says, I don't need to worry about a goaltend.
And that time Terry's thinking in his mind that I am not going to foul this guy as he's coming right at me again. Thanks a lot, fellas. Put me in that spot again.
17 for Fears, and there's a lane for Petway, and all of a sudden it's a layup competition.
Again, Coach Moser will not like this because it's a little deja vu from the first half. Just too many easy drives for both teams.
Jalen Moore with 2 more and a timeout taken by Porter Moser and the Sooners. 11-point advantage with under 8 minutes to play. So Oklahoma up double figures, but not comfortable quite yet in trying to remain one of the final 4 unbeaten in Division I.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
In the furniture business, things move fast. ZipRecruiter helps us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team, and they did it fast. Is that too fast for you?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it. Because your ideas flourish and come to life faster. Your needs are anticipated and met in real time. And your business always keeps moving forward.
For your route, you'll want stronger brakes. Cool.
We now return to our interview with the insurance whistleblower.
I just think everyone should know there's an insurance company out there exposing other companies' rates so you can compare them and save.
Sounds like trouble.
It's great, actually. It's called Auto Quote Explorer for Progressive. Here, look. See, we show you our direct rates and their rates, even if we're not the lowest.
So whistleblower usually means you're exposing something bad.
I thought it meant calling attention to something helpful. You know, like, toot, toot, check it out. This thing's the best. No?
Back in Norman, where Oklahoma senior Jalen Moore, he's picked up the pace the second half. It's been attack, attack, attack. Left side, first couple of times here, the second half, and here's a rip and drive from the elbow. Only got 2 looks the first half. And Jalen Moore's been so outstanding offensively this year, Chad, that that's not enough. So obviously the initiative by Oklahoma and by Jalen to go get buckets. Now he has some matchup advantages certainly here this afternoon, but I mean, he's been terrific and really has used what is elite athleticism in a great way.
More fears, and the third member of the 17-point club is Duke Miles for the Sooners. They've all got 17, so 51 of their 69 have come from those 3 players. Zone look here for Oklahoma defensively. Bryant just trying to wiggle his way to some room, and he can't get the shot to fall.
And I think Coach Moser was just tired of the straight line drives right to the rim. So you have that built-in help to protect the paint a lot better.
It's going to be a reach-in foul. Jalen Moore trying to post up inside. Foul number 6 against Prairie View A&M. So after this, both teams will be in the bonus for the rest of this ballgame. Porter Moser talking about the collective belief that his team has. They've been a very resilient team. When teams have hit them, and it happened multiple times in Atlantis, they were down in that big game against Michigan. They've always come back. Godwin partially blocked, and a foul call here against Marcel Bryant. That's 4 on Bryant, and so Godwin will shoot a pair.
Nice cut away from the ball from Sam Godwin. To me, Chad, the one thing that he can improve on is finishing. And that would have been a tough one to finish because of the foul. But when Bryant came over, he went away from the rim. He drifted away a little bit. I mean, you got to go right at it if you're Sam Godwin. And going back to what you're saying, what Coach Moser likes about this ball club, I mean, he uses the words, these guys can take a punch. And do you think they're going to take some punches in the SEC? I mean, they're going to deliver some of their own. Yeah. The SEC, the league is probably as good as it's ever been, ever, with the quality and its depth. And so, I mean, every night is going to be a war. They're used to that, having been in the Big 12 basketball league forever.
Well, Porter Moser was talking about conference play, and he said, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if you just look at Oklahoma's schedule, they would have 16 conference games that are quad 1 games. Quad 1 games. That's At home against the top 30 team, neutral site against the top 50, or road game against the top 75 team.
Yeah.
That's what you're facing in the SEC this year.
Well, that'll probably lessen slightly just because of the beating up of one another. But, I mean, it doesn't change at all.
Does not.
The point.
Bryson Godine going to go to the free throw line here.
And that's the beauty. I mean, no matter, they've had a tremendous non-conference. They've been beaten yet. But, even ball clubs that have had a loss or two that they feel like got away from them, or maybe you had a clunker in the non-conference. When you're in the SEC, I mean, every game you have a chance for a great win. Every game.
Yeah, you look at what's going on with 3 unbeatens in Florida, Tennessee, and this Oklahoma team. Of course, Auburn's just 1 loss. That was to Duke, and what Johnny Broome has done for them. And Oklahoma right out of the gate will get Alabama on January 4th, start conference play. Team that went to the Final Four for Nate Oates last year.
Well, we've talked about it a lot and compared it to how the Big 12, why it has been so good all these years. It starts with the coaches in the SEC. I mean, it is a great coaches.
Porter Moser's one of 6 coaches in the SEC to take a team to a Final Four. Bryson Godine going to go to the foul line again. Oklahoma probably going to make a regular parade to the free throw line, and they are the top foul shooting club in the SEC so far this year, at better than 80%. It's a risky game to play late, and that's one reason they finished games this year. They're so good here.
If they just, let's fast forward. You're going to have, those 18 conference games. 13, 14 are going to be decided in the final 3-4 minutes. And assuming you're playing sound defensively, this Oklahoma team is built for those games. And here's why. You have a guy that you can hand it to in Fears, in space, and go say, hey, go make a play. Be a playmaker. So you have that. Then you have the ball security as well as they've taken care of it. I mean, so assuming that continues, you're going to get some kind of look, right? And then finally, when you're trying to grind one out, you have a couple of guys that drive to contact with Fears and Jalen Moore. And not only do they do that, shooting in the mid-80s. So now the thing, assuming the big thing to me is how well will they be defensively? How good can they be defensively late in games?
Squeezing off the 3, Petway knocks it down. And Prairie View A&M back with an 11 after that 3-point make.
Boy, Petway did a great job right there, sliding and making himself available for that catch and shoot 3.
Petway with 19 in this game. That leads all scorers. 5.5 to go. Jalen Moore, double team, splits it. Miles the tip, Godwin a tip, and that one falls.
Yeah, there he is right there. That is Sam Godwin right there.
And then Fears steals the inbound pass, and he'll earn another trip to the free throw line. And he is so good at hesitating and getting you to foul him. These will be foul attempts 5 and 6 for Fears today. 17 points for Jeremiah. He had 30 against Michigan, 19 against Central Arkansas.
You watch him create the contact. I mean, he's the one doing it. And the pace, the change of tempo, and all of those things allows him to do that. But I know that he's worked on this, but it also has to be some natural ability of when to create it. He's just got tremendous feel in the midst of it. And I think it goes back to what you and I talked about earlier. His handles, are off the charts.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's so, it's like the ball is part of him.
It's not maybe at that level, but it's like you watch Kyrie Irving handle the basketball, as you said, on a string.
Yeah.
15-point lead for Oklahoma now, and they're stretching it out from the free throw line. Here with under 5 left to play. Petway, tough shot, no. And Jalen Moore rakes away his 5th rebound to go with 17 points. Fears trying to whip it into Moore. Knocked out of bounds. Boy, hard crash. Ricks trying to save that one. Goes right through the front row. And fortunate nobody was occupying that seat that he knocked over. Great hustle there from J.P. Ricks.
Yeah, Oklahoma crowd gives him a nice hand. Everybody appreciates effort like that.
And Byron Smith happy that the guy who has helped solidify the ball handling duties for this team is okay as he hops back up onto the floor. Taylor Jr. attacks and scores.
That's nice offense. And really all that happened there were multiple hard cuts. When the ball moves crisply and bodies move crisply, you're going to eventually end up with a good look.
Lead is 17 for the Sooners. That's a tough one by Tillman. Tillman gets it back on the strip and scores. So that's 11 for Tillman today. Stops a 6-0 Oklahoma spurt. Hamadawegi back in the lineup, and he just got called for the illegal screen trying to get Fears open. Fears took a shot to the face on that exchange. Oklahoma trying to close it out with a 15-point lead under 4 minutes left.
I like the way you look. I like the way you look. I like the way you look.
Kia, movement that inspires.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it. Because your ideas flourish and come to life faster. Your needs are anticipated and met in real time. And your business always keeps moving forward.
For your route, you'll want stronger brakes.
Cool. Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, they even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I don't really have any advice, for Texas, Oklahoma.
I don't care about them.
No.
Good luck. I don't know.
It's hard to breathe. You've heard about the athleticism. It's true. It's real. And the officials in this league, I say this in a respectful way, most nights they let us play.
Well, Oklahoma from one of the best basketball leagues in the country to another. This is the first part of the schedule, and there's no toughest part. It's all tough. But you get Alabama, you get Texas A&M at the Lloyd Noble Center at Georgia, which Georgia was losing to South Carolina State by 17 today at last check. And then Texas, the Red River rivalry on January 15th, South Carolina off to a 9-3 start. Texas 10-2. They've got Trey Johnson, the freshman who leads the SEC in scoring. No easy nights in the SEC. Jeremiah Fears, reigning SEC Freshman of the Week. He's backed that up with 19 more today.
I say this often, you look at that schedule. Chad, Oklahoma or anybody else in this league could be playing well, and lose 3 or 4. So I've always felt like, in being the Big 12 all these years, the teams that could have perspective with that and still stay true to themselves and fight through that, take a punch, right? Those are the ones that will survive an 18 conference grind. game grind.
Braylon Bush fouled by Jalen Moore on his way to the bucket. And bonus time for the Panthers. Braylon Bush will shoot the 1-and-1. That's 8 team fouls against the Sooners. It's 4 against Jalen Moore. He's the first Sooner to hit 4 fouls. Second half for Jalen Moore has been excellent. He's got 11 points in half number 2. It's Braylon Bush. He's on his 4th school, McNeese State, Navarro Junior College, and then Northwestern State last season in the Southland Conference. Braylon Bush now into double figures with 10 today.
You know, kind of interesting. Only shot 28% from 3 at Northwestern State a year ago, but 2 years ago was 41%. So Byron Smith felt like they were getting a much better shooter than what was shown a year ago. And so far, that has been the case. Shot it well from 3.
Byron Smith, we mentioned, right out of the gate, they will get Grambling State and Southern, 2 of the 3 favorites, you would say, to win the SWAC. So they'll get a good idea of where they stand very early in conference play.
Hopefully Anderson is back and available.
Duke Miles flipping that out for Godine, whose 3 is in and out. That went halfway down. Here comes Bush reversing it, no. And that'll go the other way to the Sooners. When Godine shoots it, are you shocked when it doesn't go in?
Yeah, and he's had some open looks today. He just hasn't shot it well in games with about the last 4. But, you know, to me, there's so much history there. You don't worry about it long term. And like most good shooters or players, you get 1 or 2 to go, then, I mean, you're back on track immediately.
Beers floats it into Godwin. Jalen Moore lines up a 3. And that's kind of the second half for him. First made 3 for Jalen Moore today.
This really has become a well-rounded offensive player. I mean, and first it was just him scoring off putbacks and turnovers, etc. Last year, starts knocking down the 3 at a 40% clip. And then this year, he's added the ability to put it on the deck and get to the foul line.
Jalen Moore up high to grab that rebound. He's got 20 points and 6 rebounds, does Moore. And a foul will send him to the line at the other end. Oklahoma now with a 16-point advantage. Largest lead has been 17. Certainly some teachable moments for Oklahoma coming out of this game, but overall, they're going to be unbeaten through non-conference play. Do you think Porter Moser would have thought that when you began this season?
You know, no. I mean, it's.
I mean, who would have?
I mean, they have played some good people in the midst of that, and you know, I don't know if Porter or Coach, they don't admit that. Hey, we looked at the schedule, and but they do that. If we could end up here, especially with the league that they're in, where we talked about earlier, you have a chance every game for a great win. Just kind of survive the non-conference. They've done that and more. And I tell you what win, that Michigan win. Michigan's lost a couple times, but I've had multiple coaches say that Dusty May has them right second week in March. That's the type of team that can make a nice little run in the NCAA tournament.
Size and veteran guard play that they have on that roster. And you're right, that win that Oklahoma got in the jump man is going to loom large as far as non-conference wins are concerned. That went out of bounds, they say. Petway touched it last. Oklahoma's beaten a team out of the ACC in Georgia Tech. They took down the Big Ten's Michigan. They've beaten 2 Big 12 teams as well. Kobe Elvis at the controls with under 2 minutes left. Oklahoma going to start 13-0 for the first time since 1987-88 when Billy Tubbs' Sooners went to the Final Four. Godwin will go back to the free throw line. The minute 35 left. Foul is the 5th on Bryant. So he will exit with 14 points and 1 rebound. It'll be a nice piece. The Omaha transfer. We'll play him at the 4 or the 5, and super valuable when you get into SWAC play for the Panthers.
Yeah, tremendous upside. Much more skilled offensively when I saw him in person today, Chad, than what I thought. Much further along. He's a sophomore. 6'7", 235 that moves like that.
Yeah, that plays. That plays.
Plays in about any league, but it's, SWAC. I mean, bigs are coveted all levels. Then the SWAC even more so.
Godwin pockets that one. And Luke Northweather replaces him. 3 Sooners in double figures today, led by the 22 from Jalen Moore. Moore 16 points in the second half. And Oklahoma pulling away to remain unbeaten, headed into SEC play. Nate Forsyth is in, the freshman from just down the road in Dale, Oklahoma.
I'll tell you what, this Prairie View A&M team showed really well today. Out there leading scorer, Nick Anderson, who really is more of a major college scorer. Hung around, made the game interesting. A lot of positives. They finally get to go home and play again.
And stay for a bit.
Yeah.
Under a minute left. Elvis lines up at 3. That one's good. So Kobe Elvis squares and drops home his first triple of the day. Saw the OU women, some of them right there. They're going to take the floor in about an hour, take on New Mexico State. Oklahoma is one of 3 schools nationally with both the men's and women's teams ranked in the top 15. 10 to shoot here for the Panthers. Tillman tries a fall away 3. Dayton Forsyth the rebound. The shot clock is off, and Oklahoma closing in now on 13-0. They'll be one of 3 SEC teams to go through non-conference play unbeaten. They're pointed toward their January 4th SEC opener at Alabama as the next thing up on the schedule. They have taken on all comers to this point, and they close out a 22-point win over Prairie View A&M. Porter Moser and Byron Smith exchange handshakes. And Oklahoma is 13-0 for the first time since 1987-88. It is the 4th time overall that it's happened. They closed the game on a 9-0 run and pulled away to win by 22 behind a 16-point second half and 22 total points from Jalen Moore. We'll visit with him here in just a moment. Give us the broad view of what you saw today. Oklahoma closing out non-conference play with this 22-point win, Brendan.
Well, if you nitpick, you nitpick a couple of small stretches in each half where the defense allowed drives a little bit too easily. But overall, it was solid and sound. Oklahoma pulled away in the second half because you had more cowbell, you had more Jalen Moore, and they were better on the glass. And then they took care of the ball much better. I mean, we talked about that's the formula for them this season. I mean, if they get stops, you know they're going to take care of it. You know they can shoot it, and they can drive the contact. You got a guy that you can hand it to. That eventually was what happened in this game today. And there was some rust there. I mean, it's difficult to come back from Christmas break, just have 3 days of practices and be crisp. So second half much better than the first, in big part to big Jalen Moore.
So you look what Duke Miles has done here his last 3 games: 17 against Michigan, 29 against Central Arkansas, and 17 more for Duke Miles today. But it's Miles with 17, Fears 19, and Jalen Moore winds up with 22 points in this one. 16 of those 22 arrived in the second half as Oklahoma pulls out a 22-point win over Prairie View A&M, and Jalen Moore now joins us here